Hi, I'm Rufus. I used to be really sad because I was a stray and neglected animal in need. I had fleas and ticks all over my body. I was sick. I didn't know what I was going to do. I had no one at all. And then one day, another doggy came along, and his name was Speedo. Speedo was very nice. He said that he had been rescued by a group of individuals, and they called themselves Oscar's Foundation. And he said they do great things for stray and neglected animals. They will feed them, they will care for them, they will set them up in a temporary foster home, and then they'll look for them a permanent mommy and daddy to take care of me and to love me forever and ever. And I said, that is for me. That's what I want. And he said he would get a hold of them over at Oscar's Foundation because they keep in touch with him. And he would send them my way over here and they could rescue me. So I went about my normal stuff of not doing a thing, scrounging around for food, hardly able to find anything to drink, and these darn fleas and ticks were getting the best of me. And all of a sudden one day, these two guys and a dog showed up, and they introduced themselves. They said they were Joe and Spencer with Oscar's Foundation, and this was their dog, Brody. And Brody used to be a dog that needed a home, and they rescued Brody from Wisconsin, and they made him their own dog, and it was such a sweet thing. Anyway, they told me to follow them to the car and get in, and I was a little afraid. I don't go with strangers. But they were so nice. They just told me not to worry. They held out a treat for me. Oh, so good. Good on my tummy. And so we got in the car, all four of us, and we drove. Seemed like it took forever. But soon we were at a place, and I guess it was where they operated out of or lived. I'm not for sure. And they took me around to the back, and they put Brody in the house and or the office or whatever it was. I didn't know. This was all new to me. And they brought out a big bowl of food for me. And I ate. They brought me out ice cold water and I drank. Excuse me, I kind of get choked up when I talk about this. I ate and I drank and I felt so good. My tummy was full. And then they took me inside to this little room, and there was a big white thing, and they turned something, and this water came splashing out. And they lifted me up and put me in there. And then they squirted the stuff all over me, and they lathered me all over the place. Everywhere. Everywhere. And then they rinsed me off, and it felt so good. I hadn't had a feeling like that in, I don't know, forever maybe. And they said that they were going to take me to a temporary home. They called it a foster family in their network. And they just got off the phone. Spencer got on the phone earlier, and he just got off the phone with Tom and Harriet. And they were going to be my new foster parents on a temporary basis. But Joe said that they would then look for me a permanent home. But until they found one, I could stay with these new people. And they would take care of me and feed me. They would keep me clean. They would take me to the doctor if I needed to and do all that stuff. Well, it came time that Joe and Spencer and Brody had to leave, and they left me. I was a little scared at first, but they assured me, they patted me, and they said, "Joe, you're going to be fine, Rufus. You're going to be fine." I said, "Okay, I hope so." And then I was alone there with my new foster parents, but they were nice. They threw a ball out in the backyard, and they expected me to go fetch it. I don't even know what fetch meant at the time. They said, "Fetch it." And I just looked at them. I said, "What?" And finally, they wanted me to go get that ball and bring it back to them. So I did. And I was wagging my tail. And they just gave me all kinds of love and praise. And they said that the next day we were going to the vet because they wanted to get me a physical and get my shots. And I said, "Where did they give him?" And they said, "Probably right there." And I said, "Okay." Well, that was all over and done with before I knew it. And make a long story short, I lived a good life with my foster parents. And John Spencer from Oscar's Foundation would come and visit me. And then people would come and visit me. They would bring people over. And I think they were going to take me permanently. And they did. And now I'm with the best family I could have ever asked for. They take me everywhere with them. I get ice cream with them. I go to the park with them. I have a safe, nice, comfortable bed to sleep in. And I'm just happy as can be. I'm so happy. But anyway, Oscar's Foundation is what they call a 501c3, I think. 501c3 nonprofit charity public organization. It's important to get all those words in because it makes a big difference. They're 501c3 public charity nonprofit group. They've been around for a few years. They're still fairly new, but they're growing fast. They love to help animals in need, mainly dogs, but cats too, and even an occasional goat and a sheep one time, they told me. But anyway, they do it all. They facilitate everything. Bringing in the stray animal, getting them cleaned up, getting them immediately over to a foster family in their network, and then immediately start looking for a permanent family. And they do all this. And through their public charitable programs that's funded with donations from the public, they take care of everything. They take care of the food. They take care of flea and tick stuff, toys. They take care of going to the vet, everything. It's just a nice feeling to have everything done in one place. And Joe and Spencer, they're the nicest people. Nicest people. And Brody, he is great. And he was lucky that they took him in permanently. And you know what? They trained him and made him an emotional support dog. Because Joe gets stressed a little bit, has some anxiety and depression or two issue. And Brody is there to help him through the whole thing. So, I want you to get to know Oscar's Foundation. I'll give you information here in a minute. and you'll have all the information you need. And also, they need support from the public. They need people to step forward to be foster parents, and they pick up the expenses. And then they need donors and sponsors too. That's very important. So let me give you that information. And then you all just go meet them, get hooked up with them, and help save more animals like me. Me. Thank you. Love you all. And thanks, Joe and Spencer. See you soon.